yes. What is the roadmap that you implement once you are interested in a startup? And for example, what are the due diligence path that you plan?
Yeah, actually, when the startups apply to us, like the first step is sending the pitch deck, and we scan the pitch deck. We see that it falls, the product, the solution falls into the scope of our mandate. We start conducting market research. We conduct market analysis in terms of what is the product about, how it is, what is the competitor landscape, what is the market that the company is operating, and we try to highlight and separate the competitive advantages. So what are the tech barriers and market barriers? After this, if so this is the outcome is positive, we go on with a personal meeting with the founding team members, where we discuss in more detail both the product and their future plans. And actually here what we want to see is that is balanced team with complementary skill sets. We want the founding teams to show that the product has clear market need, and also we want to see the teams to have agility to try multiple approaches, and of course the capital efficiency. After that, we if like again this stage is also passed successfully, we continue with the due diligence stage. Here we conduct 3 types of due diligence, like technical, legal, and financial. I think I don't need to go in detail, it's like it's a usual common practice with VCs, and if everything is okay, we
maybe just a question about it, because as you are looking for early stage startups, what are the main elements that you can evaluate for example, for the financial? Because I think that the technology due diligence is quite clear. You have to understand if the technology is ready, if the startup owns the technology that they explained to you, and but on the perspective of the financials, what are the key elements that you evaluate?
Actually, since they also provide valuation, if it's an equity round, we evaluate this valuation from our point of view with different methods, and but as to the other financial indicators, we actually request for 3-year roadmap to just understand what are their plans and how executable and implementable is the product. We evaluate those projections with them, and if we then make investments, we also request annual updates on these projections to understand where the company stands now, and how it proceeded, and maybe it pivoted, or I don't know, maybe it's distracted from its initial roadmap. We look at the projections to we analyze to understand how realistic they are. So after validating all those, we pass to the next stage where we discuss and negotiate the term sheet, and after that we continue with shareholder agreement, and we wire the funds.
Finally. But at the end, one of the most important things is the reality check of the business plan of the startups. Yes. Finally, we have the investment, and once you have invested in a startup, what are the instruments, the tools to monitor the development of the business plan?
Yeah. Actually, in our actual shareholder agreement, we include a clause about information rights, because this is very important to be up to date on the current situation of the business and make adequate decisions. We also have board participation if we lead the round with significant investment, etc. So here, what comes to the reporting part, we have, depending from startup to startup, it varies, but it's either monthly or quarterly investor update reports that we request and receive. This includes two parts: qualitative updates and quantitative updates. The qualitative part includes the description of business process, what are the new customers they are talking to, what are the pilot projects they are doing, how is the product development going on, etc. And on the quantitative side, couple of key indicators we request are the monthly burn rate, also week-to-week or month-to-month growth rates, number of employees, and the runway for each of the startup at a certain point of time. And also if the startup has revenues, so we also require for revenue and expense figures. And another thing that is included in the investor update, let's say provisions, is the investor input. So there is a line in the qualitative part that says what are the inputs that they require from us. So how can we as an investor be helpful for the solution of certain problem or for an implementation of a certain goal?
Yeah, I think that in the last years, all the investors are becoming a sort of platform or consultancy for their startups.
Yeah.
And so, yes, it's quite an important role of the investors also to transfer knowledge into the management of the startup.
Yeah, and by the way, just one comment to add here. We are actually an operationally driven firm, and since we engaged in the early stage of product development and company formation, we very closely work with founding teams to develop and execute the strategy. We provide access to key players, key markets, through our strong commercial and financial network. And yes, so it's very important that the investors are open to transfer their expertise, their knowledge to the startups, so that they can overcome the difficulties and eventually reach the target they put initially.
Great. So thank you so much, Lilith. It was a pleasure to have interviewed you. I know that you will be involved in our future events, and especially in the EU Startup Conversations. And I hope to see you soon, maybe to meet you finally. And take care, and thank you so much again. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity again, for all the work you are doing. Yeah, and hope that one day we will organize one of your events here in Armenia, so you will have the opportunity to get acquainted with our country. Yeah, and again, thank you and see you soon. We'll join you with pleasure. Bye-bye.